So I had a sales call that was booked today from our YouTube channel, and the call was booked. Let me check right now to give you the exact number. The call was booked at 4:38 p.m. Again, at 4:38 p.m. Now, 4:42 p.m., 4 minutes later, I already have, let me do like this so I don't reveal the number. I already sent a 2-minute voice message to this person that booked the call with me, right? So 4 minutes later, I already had a 1.5 minute voice message sent, which means it actually took me 2 minutes to message them. It's just my voice message was a little bit long, right? That's why it took 4 minutes. But I literally contacted the lead 2 minutes, right? Within. How? At that moment, I wasn't in a meeting, and my phone wasn't on a sleep mode when I'm working on a deep task, right? I was just doing some easy tasks, and I saw my phone, the notification. That's one of the only notifications I have that someone booked a call with me, and I just right away messaged them, right? What I talked about, I basically said, hey, name, right? I see that you just booked a meeting with me. I'm looking forward to that. I noticed that you said this and this and this in the application. I'm curious to hear about this. Let me know. But yeah, good to see you, and I'm looking forward to our meeting. Something like this doesn't matter as much what you say. It's personalized. It shows that you care. And I did it, and then he got back to me. And now this person is gonna be way more likely to first of all show up on the call, and second of all to actually buy, because of course if it's a good fit, but because they now think, hey, if Howard personally got back to me so fast, what happens when I join his program, right? What happens then? It's an obvious sign that someone cares, right? Because most people, you can message them or email them, it will take them a week to get back to you, or sometimes a day or something, right? Which is fine. You don't have to get to a couple of minutes. I am not in a position right now to do it consistently in 4 minutes to get back to everyone. But hiring someone, hiring an appointment setter, helping their response times to go from within 24 hours to 1 hour, right? At least, or to 10 minutes, not 1 minute or 2. The shorter, the better. It's gonna grow your business, right? So this principle is called speed to lead, right? And the faster you respond to people, the faster you contact them, the more sales you're gonna make. Sometimes you're gonna double your company, and it might take you a month to set these systems up, to set up the notifications so it works, hire a setter, make sure they have availability, teach them how to do it, keep them accountable, give them coaching, tell them how to prioritize who to reach out to, how to reach out, all of these things. But this can grow your business. So why not to do it, even if it takes a month? Right? There's very few things like this that can help you to convert that much better. And here's a couple of examples on how you can think about this, right? Now, let's say someone joined your group, your free group. The faster you respond them and send them a message, not only in auto DM, everyone knows it's an auto DM, right? But if you send them, I don't know, personalized Loom, or your team member does or something, the more likely they are gonna take the next step, book a call with you, learn about your paid community, whatever is your next steps in your journey of your prospects becoming clients, right? Same thing for the paid clients, by the way. If they join, the faster you onboard them, you get back to them, the better experience they have. They think, oh damn, this was so fast, they like it, and they are more likely to upsell because they think, oh, this is great experience, right? So it works everywhere, right? And again, someone booked a call with you, your team member or your closer, if you have sales team, your setters, whatever, they can just send them a message right away, right? And they can message them and say, hey, I see that you booked a call. They can call them if you collect phone numbers. You can message them on WhatsApp. You can send a voice message. You can send a Loom. You can DM them on Skool. Doesn't matter, right? What matters is how fast we get to the lead and how personalized it is. This is key, right? And because why this works, because if you, let's say, wait for a day, that person already slept on it and they thought about it, and now they will be less likely to take the next steps, right? They get busy, they get distracted, etc., right? Of course, a lot of leads will sign up with you after a day or 2 or 7 or whatever, but this principle will still help you to just multiple X that number over the long term, right? Even sometimes over the short term, it's just, it takes time to sometimes to do this, and sometimes it takes no time. You just need to actually keep your appointment setter. If you have people in the DMs, talking to your customers, clients, prospects, leads, and setting appointments with them, booking calls with them, then that can work, right? If you have someone in the DM selling your community or service or course or coaching, whatever, the faster we get back to it, the better, right? Sometimes you just need to communicate this message to your team and to ask them to do this and keep them accountable, and they report on how fast they got to their leads, or have a software that tracks it. I don't know, but these simple things that someone just didn't knew it was important, now they know, now they will do it, right? And this is a high priority, right? Unless you are doing a very high, deep level work, you should do that. Someone joined, boom, you message them. The faster we get back to people, the better. Now, there are a couple of small tips on this that are a little bit counterintuitive, but one of these would be how much are you available? Meaning, let's say that you do your own appointment setting. You book calls yourself. This is an example. and you do that through Monday to Friday, and you don't work on the weekends. Cool. That means that you miss out on 2 days if you get leads on weekends because your content keeps getting views or whatever. If you, let's say, keep getting leads during the weekend, but you are not working, how much more leverage you can have if you have someone that is getting back to leads on the days. So you hire someone part-time, commission-based or whatever, someone, or you start working if you want to, or if you have the time, or you are ready to do that sacrifice, right? Which is, for some people, is not even a sacrifice. They love to do that. They love to work on the weekends too, which is great. No matter how you solve this, but through hiring or you do it, what if you do it on the weekends too? Now, like the weekend is 2 days, right? Out of all the 7. So like you increase it so much, right? By like 30% or something, like not the exact math, but the chances of the new leads, the 30% of the leads that you get on the weekends, but maybe in your business, you get the majority of the leads on the weekends. I don't know, but probably for most of you, a good chunk of them might be not getting back to them for 2 days because it's the weekend, but it might be the only time the leads are active. Maybe they also are busy during the weekdays, and the weekend is actually when they check their emails or check their communities when they join. It's their time, and now there's no one to respond to them. If you call leads, what if you do it on the weekends too? So this is just another way that you can look into. Is like if you let's say you live in US and you work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. What if you hire someone that from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. because they live in a different part of the world, right? They do call the leads, and now you doubled that thing as well. For leads that are outside of US, if you get them again, now another person can call them. So you can think about this, how can I include weekends? How can I be available 24/7? Within those, how I can get back to them as fast as possible. So you lengthen the overall time that you are available. Then within this, how fast you get back to people. And the next variable, of course, would be if you send the first message fast and then they got back to you, but then it took you another day to respond and to further the conversation, it won't work either. So ideally, we are as available as long as possible. We contact as fast as possible, ideally in under a minute if you can. Crazy results like this happen, like that person's story that Hormozi shared, that they close more than half of the leads, or like that you can increase the business by 391%, right? In our case, our close rate, everything increased once we started doing it as much as possible, and we can do even more of that when I just quickly contact people, or you can have team members doing that, all of that, right? How much is it worth it? It's powerful, right? If you implement this. So if you can, as much as you can, and it's not a yes or no, you don't have to get to a minute right away, right? Get as close to that as possible. It's a spectrum. Some of you may be even ignoring leads or not contacting all of your leads in the first place. It's crazy how many people might be actually in this position, that they get members or they get leads and they don't even email everyone or call everyone or send a loom to everyone, right? And they miss out. And it takes work, but you miss out on potential leads that would convert if you contact them and talk to them, right? Because conversions happen in conversations. Right? The more conversations you have, the more conversions you will have. And to have more conversations, you need to initiate the conversation. And to initiate and to have more chances than the conversation is initiated is when the person shows an interest. The faster we are there to help them and to take from there and move forward, the faster, the more conversions we will have, right? So this is very important. So you can again lengthen the time, right? If you are not contacting them at all, start contacting. If you are available 2 days a week, become available 5 days. If you are 5 days, if you can, become 7. If you are working these hours, who you can hire that does this and does we. So how you can, your business, or you, if you are alone or you have team members, how you guys can, no matter what the situation, increase this number. That's the question you need to ask yourself. And that's what I want you to leave this video thinking, right? After you finish, don't watch the next videos yet. Just spend please 1 minute. I'm not asking 10 minutes, which you probably should. I'm not asking 1 hour. 1 minute, 60 seconds before you watch the next video. Just sit there in silence and think in your head, how could I do this? Hey, am I even contacting the leads? Why don't I respond them to WhatsApp as soon as someone joins here? Why don't I do this? Why don't I do that? Why don't I why don't I make my availability better? Why don't I keep my team more accountable so they do it and actually track it so it gets better? Why don't I potentially hire someone? Think about this, because for some of you can do all of this. For some of you, a part of this will be relevant, but all of us, including me, we can do it more sustainably, more scalably, and we can get back to more leads faster, which can, again, imagine, double your business more, right? This is a crazy principle. And again, if it takes time to you, that's fine. But as Hormozi said, if there's nothing else that you can do right now that will double, triple, quadruple the business potentially, right? Why wouldn't you not do other things that are less important, right? And focus more of your time and resources on this. So in 5 days from now, tomorrow, 7 days, a month, 3 months, whatever, you have a system where it's dialed in. Your team members know it, you track it, you work on that, right? So people contact the leads fast. The quality of the conversations, of course, needs to be good, right? If someone joins my community and I right away want to send them a loom and it's a very bad loom, I don't even mention their name. There's like, that's also bad. So there are some balance there, but you can reach out to them fast and have a good personalized message as much as possible with a good energy and all of that. A message that is as personalized as possible and makes sense. But yeah, this is a very simple principle. It's not a secret. It's not a tactic. What's the ideal script or this or that, right? These things might be helpful and they probably are, but the main thing is to think about this and to implement this. This is a like universal, timeless principle. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.